Hello, y'all. I'm talking about something special now. About the past. This gonna be so good when I talk about this. Keep on listening. I gotta talk about the times in the past when my cousins came up from Miami. It was so fun back then. Believe me, it was so fun. It's like they brought the Miami fun to our place up here in Fitzgerald, Georgia. And Miami, Florida's fun too. I only been there about once. Well, actually twice. Cause one time we went there for a wedding, but we missed the wedding because the camera drive broke down. But that's the thing I wasn't talking about no more. Cause that was like a long time ago. I was still in high school myself. And then the second time I went to Miami, it was because of the fact we was going there to stay with our uncles and aunties. Mainly we stayed with our uncle at that time and visiting our auntie too. That was the second time I went to Miami. So I ain't been by it since. But that time when we went to Miami, it was so fun. Bryant took us walking, Alexander and Brandon. All of us went together walking with Cindy, then Patty, Hope, and me. That was it. That's all it was. It's us back in that time when we went to Miami. Cause they came to Fiji every summer. We thought maybe we'd go visit them during that winter. That was fun. It was so warm in Miami back then. But I gotta go back to Miami again somewhere in my life. Not too late down the line, I hope. But anytime before they get too older and than I am and all that stuff. Anyways, by then I didn't have no dreadlocks and stuff like I do in part afro, like I do now. I had my hair in a Jerry curl look by then. Then I met my auntie in law. Her name was Gwendolyn Duffy. And later on she became Mrs. Gwendolyn McDuffie because she married my uncle. That's how we got a chance to meet. And we took a picture together. We looked like sisters on that because of the way we looked. So I was smiling and she wasn't. I just can't recall her smiling in that picture at all. I told her if I ever find that picture, I'll get one made for her to have a copy of. I hope it's still available, not missing. But anyways, yeah. We look alike. We look about like sisters on there. It's probably because we smile like when we smile like we look alike. But that was then. Now we're much older today. It's no telling how she looks. I don't know how I look right here and right now. This is how I look. I had Jerry curls by then, turned into an afro almost, but that was back then, like I said. And we were sitting in my Uncle JC's apartment then. Or was it a house? Anyway, it was somewhere. It was a house or an apartment. I think it was a house or apartment. But never mind that. Back to the fun about Bryant, Brandon, and Alexander. They from Miami. They born in Miami. Their mama born in Fitzgerald, Dorothy. Faye McDuffie. That's my auntie. Now I like it when she let them come up for the summer all the time. And when she let them come up for the summertime at grandma's house, it was so fun. Cause I never had seen my cousins come from Miami. And that gave me a chance to clean up and cook all the time more harder. When they came I had to cook more often. Cause it was so fun though when I cooked more often. It gave me a chance to become a chef out cooking so hard and so often. Shoot, I had fun cooking 3 times a day. Cause the boys get hungry every 3 hours. I disturbed myself on that one. I said, I get hungry every 5 hours. Maybe it's because I'm a female, because I know they get hungry every 3 hours. They my cousins too. I was glad to cook for them. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And if they get hungry before then, they'll have snacks. Can't remember me of my college days in ABAC going through that. Because they get trying to feed you 3 meals a day, then you can have snacks in between if you're hungry all the time. But anyways, that was my college days. I'm going back to ABAC when I'm ready, but I don't know when. Just part of the college I thought about, and the other college I want to go to that I ain't thought of yet. That's I'm not mentioning yet. 'Cause I ain't sure I'm going to that other college, but I know ABAC was a place for me anyway. So that's why I say I like ABAC. I go back and forth in my life no matter when I do it, just as long as I make a chance. But anyways, this is the part I'm talking about. When my cousins from Miami came up, we used to have fun in the house. We used to play house in the house. We would pretend one of their bedrooms be a store to go shopping in and have play money. And that's how it made it seem so fun. And then sometimes we have one of the bedrooms for like a house, play like it's the house to live in. Cause my cousins, Cindy, all of us was together by then. My sisters, Patty and Hope, when they was always in Fitzgerald too. And then Mercy too. I won't leave her out because we was together all night, up all night playing, cooking blackberry pies and stuff. We called them blackberry cobblers back then. Blackberry cobbler is probably the right word, cobbler, instead of pie. But still, they all in the same category as far as I'm concerned. That was when we started learning how to cook more. While she's 13, I was 11 years old when we first started learning how to cook pies and cakes in grandma's kitchen late at night. And our cousins from Miami be able to eat some. Bryant, Brandon, Alexander. And Cindy was around too, as I know. And my sisters, Patty and her, we always up all night while grandma sleeping her buns off. Because she always had to go to work to be a nanny. So they gave us a chance to clean up the house. Me and Mercy, then Bryant and Brandon Alexander growing into all that housekeeping stuff with us so they can grow like men before their time. That's why his wife today thanking me for making him the man that he is. because it wasn't for me being mostly the babysitter. I guess they wouldn't be the man that they are too much without some of my ideas of being around and being a housekeeper and cooking and everything. Because once in a while they'll want to cook for themselves just because they want to learn how to cook. And most of the time I still would cook there something to eat on, no matter if it's lunch or breakfast or dinner. It's always one of the three I would be into, and that's what it is. And so, yeah. And I always make that good old sweet lemon tea for them when they come up from Miami. They be thirsty, so I don't know what. It's hot in summertime in Georgia. And that's why I had to make a lot of lemon tea for them to drink. And me too. And my cousins and my sisters too. We all was together in the same thing. It wasn't just me by myself. But most of the time when my cousins and stuff had moved out and moved on, I was the only one left over with my sisters to babysit Mar, what's that guy name? I don't know his name anymore, but he came around because he was playing with my cousins from Miami. I don't remember his name, so I can't say it. Because they used to come up every time from Miami, my cousins. There'd be somebody coming from around the bend to play with them from another part of Fitzgerald that never seen my cousins, and they ask about my cousins. But I can't think of his name. It's been so long ago. And he wasn't never coming up that much, no ways. Just once when my cousins come up from Miami, he'll show up once if he see them in Fitzgerald on time before they go back to Florida. Cause when they go back to Florida, it be like September when school opens up. And that was so long ago. Our Fitzgerald used to be open on September in high school too. I always started back school in September back then too. Then later on, when I got older and got in high school, they started opening in August. And I was like, why they going to school in August for? I like the building went to school in September back then because Miami was having their school open in September to go back to also. And I was like, we used to go to school in September instead of going to school in August. Then it all started changing when I got in high school. And started going to the August, going to school in August was what they started doing. So I got used to August all the time. Now I don't have kids and everything. They started trying to go to school in late July too. And they did start going to school in late July one time. But I don't think my kids had done got out of high school yet, or did they already graduate before they started going up to late July to go to school. But anyway, yeah. And the guy that used to come and look for my cousins from Miami, they done moved out of Fitzgerald because I ain't seen their face in a while. So they don't left Fitzgerald a long time ago. Probably the time my cousin from Miami graduated from high school, all of them graduated from high school and everything. So I guess that's when they stopped coming around looking for my cousins because they started getting working and having kids. And when they started working and having kids, they didn't have time to come to Fitzgerald no way. So that's why I guess they friend faded out Fitzgerald altogether. They used to come visit them every once in a while in the summertime. But like I said, his name's so hard to remember. I can't even say anything about him, but he was interesting to be seeing my cousins hanging out with because you never thought that they would get friends from Fitzgerald that quick when they've been in Miami all their life since they were born. Cause their mama had been born in Fitzgerald, so I thought maybe that since they was in Miami that they wasn't too much worried about Fitzgerald friends, but they had Fitzgerald friends too that came around. Never seen them anymore because I guess my cousins had started getting married, like I said, and had kids. And then if they ain't married, they engaged to get married and still had kids. And so all that stuff kind of like why their friend hardly even come out looking for them in the summertime because they never come up for summertime now that they're grown ups. But by when they was in high school and junior high and elementary, that when my cousins Brian, Brandon, and then Alexander came along, and I was like, oh yeah, we had fun. We washed clothes and stuff around the house. They wash their clothes their own self sometimes since they was growing into males. That's growing into men. That is from the boy male to the man male type figure. And so yeah, I had fun because we always teaching each other something in the house. When they came up for a vacation in Fitzgerald, Georgia, our place was fun. Every once in a while, we might go to the Legion pool. The Legion probably getting a swimming pool, and that's like once in a while, but it wasn't all the time. That's how we had our fun swimming because we don't have a beach in Fitzgerald. I wish we did. Like Miami got a beach. And when we did get a ride there, it was nighttime. We didn't get a chance to see it in the daytime. Thanks to my Aunt Faye, we went to the beach riding, and then we went out that way in the nighttime to see how it looked. We'd never been to the beach in Miami. But we plan on going there for real in the daytime one of these days. I'm not joking. I've got to go there to Miami Beach one of these days, but I don't know when. I don't know if I still have myself single or will I be on found a man to be hanging out with. That's mine. Never know how it's gonna go. But anyways, yeah, I had fun. I babysitted them like they my own sons. And you never know if that was my sign to get conditioned to become a great babysitter. So when I do have sons, it wouldn't seem like I'm surprised about sons. Even though I ain't started babysitting them, they had them got around by at least elementary school when they started coming to Miami. From Miami to Fitzgerald, they was in elementary school. So they wasn't no babies. So that made me realize that I had fun letting them play and stuff in the house. They play video games because they be bored. While we watching movies, sometimes we watch movies. Then when we ain't watching movies, they'll play video games on my grandma's TV. That was fun back then. I used to play with them. I forgot the name of it. I don't know, is it Pac-Man Fever or the other kind of game? I can't think of it, but it's fun. All I know is fun watching those video games. He had all kinds, and I can't remember all of them, but mainly the one that he's played the most is the one I'm trying to figure out right now. But since I'm doing a video and I got my mind waiting to figure out the name of the game right now, I'm gonna say I used to watch him play different video games, and some of them I didn't play with him, and some of them I did play with him because my cousin Brian was the one of the video games. And then sometimes brother Brandon and Alexander would be all on there playing too, so we let them have their fun playing video games while we try to clean up or cook or whatever we gotta do, or wash clothes and hang them out or dry clothes outside, then take them in. Sometimes they might need to get ironed. Sometimes they iron their own stuff because they want to show me that they can be a man. And I was glad that they showed their side of how to be a man, because when I have sons, hopefully I have the same many sons that I'm supposed to have. I don't know how many that is yet till that time comes. I hope they start growing up like them too, ironing clothes on their own, because they haven't got old enough to do their own stuff. Like junior high age or high school age, that's good enough. Let them learn how to do their own stuff, ironing clothes and washing clothes and stuff, and hang them outside if you get no dryer, or put them in the dryer if you do got a dryer, stuff like that. But by then we ain't had no dryer, just a washing machine, so we had to hang our clothes out. When they dry, we come back and bring them in the house and spray them out so they won't get wrinkled, or hang them up if they need to be hung up. We just do stuff like that. I used to help them out because that's what they're here for, to help have fun with us in our Fitzgerald, Georgia home apartment over here in Brick City, y'all. Same place I'm living now, just a different apartment from the where one I used to stay with the family. Because by then we used to live at 731 East Roncomas Projects. That's right. Now I'm over here at my own apartment. Across the bike side of the project house that we grew up in together, which was 731 East Roncomas. Then they start putting them street signs up saying the name of the street. I think the bike road was Gottlieb Drive, I think. Because right now I'm on Riggs Drive, and that was Gottlieb Drive, the bike road. They start adding on Gottlieb Drive onto 731 East Roncombs, Gottlieb Drive. Stuff like that. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, we used to have fun. We used to go outside, play like we getting married and stuff. Tease about the broom being the man and the mop be the woman. Me and Britt used to play that. When we used to play around Brian and Brenda, they'd be going outside playing with their bicycles or whatever. Because I think by then my grandma would buy them something to ride on, or maybe not, but something like that. They brought some roller skates up because I think they used to roller skate just like I did. All I know, we all went outside and roller skated or whatever we like to do the best, or ride bicycles. Bike ride. I had a bicycle anyways. Yeah, I used to have fun, but I think I was still in high school, so I had a bicycle around that time too. And yeah, they used to come up from Miami, just have fun only from June to September, because they go back to school in Miami in September by then. But now I wouldn't know anything about when they start back to school in September or not, because they grown and out of high school, so that makes a difference. Then I started thinking about, wow, we used to have fun cooking stuff. We never tried to cook. We tried to cook the meats and stuff. Grandma always cooked for us. We tried to cook our own selves. But I was the one that was doing all the cooking. I had fun. I used to make sure they go ahead and clean up behind their own selves while I cook for them, so we won't have to worry about cleaning up too much. So that's a lot of cleanup I had to do around the time we mess up. Cause I know when I cook, I mess up when I cook. I cook so weird. Flour be all over the place on the floor when I get through trying to cook. Cause I be trying to cook quick so I can feed everybody that's hungry. I used to have fun back then. Like I said, it's the best fun I ever had. Cause when they come from Florida, it's fun because we don't get a chance to go down to Florida like they come up to Georgia. So we let our summer be our vacation when they come up. And since there wasn't no school open during the summertime, it was a summer vacation for us, for as I'm concerned. We used to be up all night on the phone talking, watching TV all night. Sometimes we'll dance and stuff. When we danced, it was fun. We would dance some kind of dance of our own kind. Everybody had their own pitch stand dance, and it was fun. And sometimes we would have our neighbors want to play with us too from New York when they lived across the street from us. At that time, I think that apartment was a 741 apartment too. I'll never forget them. Brian and Darren. Yeah, Brian and Daryl. But my cousin Bryant, and then his brother Brandon, and his other brother Alexander. But the other two guys I just mentioned, they from New York. I remember them because they light skin and always trying to have a dark skinned girlfriend. I suppose that means they had a crush on me, one of them, and that was cool because I used to think they was sexy anyways. But then when I find they some kin to the same people I find we some kin to today, I said, well, shoot, they pretty much our cousins now that I found out their kin folks is our kin folks. So now I'm older and we're wiser now, but by then we didn't know it was kin. Brian and Daryl. from New York. Their mom was dark skinned, but they was mixed something else. And they was the pretty ones. Now I find out we kin folks now because I'm some kin to the Fluellans. And then they're part of the family tree with them too. I found that out as time went by on my granddad's side. So can't say they was the boys that was cool in my neighborhood while I'm the girl, looking all sexy and brown skinned and play like a boy. Cause I play like a boy outside with all my cousins. We just do the OUT out game every time it got night. We do it in the daytime sometimes, but it was so hot. When they do it when it's about to get night, all of us cousins, Bryant, Brandon, and Alexander, and like I said, our neighbors across the street. Then Mercy was out there with me, Cindy. Yeah, we had fun. Somewhere about in the very, very deep past, we had Maria with us. I remember that too. Yeah, about in the very deep past, we had Maria with us and Tina. Yeah. Cindy wasn't the only one that was having fun. We all had fun. My sisters, Patty and Hope. And like I said, Mercy too. Yeah, that's so fun. But like I said, most of our family moved out, so they left me by myself having fun. So the fun I did was like a real mother. I had to play grandma's role since she was the one that was the reason why our cousins come up from Miami. Because their mama wanted our grandma to be there for them all summer long. And since she had to work every day like a nanny, making nanny for these good white folks, paying her big money. Like when my grandma was still alive and all that, it was fun by then. She used to bring home food from the church downtown at the cross street from the Harveys. The Methodist Central United Methodist Church was the place she used to work there on Wednesday nights cooking, bringing home that good food from the church and good old tea. Sometimes she have bitter tea like Japanese folks be drinking because I taste the Japanese folks tea and they have no sugar in it. And they like bitter tea, but I like my stuff sweet, so it's like that. She used to bring home some strong tasting tea from church. They used to have tea and all that good food. It's like vegetables, fruits, meats, rolls, rice, pasta, like I said, breads too, and cakes too, and pies. Can't leave that out. My grandma used to bring home a feast when she get through cooking because she been helped all those good white folks in the kitchen, and some black folks was in the kitchen with her too. They used to cook for their church, and then whatever left over they brought home to their families. That's how they was treating us families. Give us food because they're knowing that our grandmas were there at their church, so they gave us food for grandma to bring home too. Those are the fun days. Brian and Brendan from Alexander, and yeah, Brian, Brendan, and Alexander from Miami. They would be so fun thinking about the food we brought. My grandma brought home from church back then on Wednesday night. Every Wednesday night was our feast, and that was so fun. We all shared like real Indians. That's right. We do have an Indian background. We all do in our family, but yeah. Speaking of Indian, we used to dress up like we was Indians sometimes for fun, playing cowboys and Indians around the house. Cause we know our grandma watched Western movies back then when she was alive, and the cowboy hats or something we missing sometimes till somebody bought one. And then we always dressed up like Indians, ourselves with bands around our head, which is so easy to do. Like the way I'm looking right now, same style look. This is my code of all colors I wear around my head. Sometimes I do it to match something that I'm wearing. Yep, that's the way it was. So yeah, so much fun about then till I miss those days because we was kids. I was just an adult around the house from very how I had when I went to school, and we'd be out for the summer vacation and be with our family. And we used to have fun in grandma's car wash. You know, we'll play like we driving, knowing we ain't driving. And we could have got in trouble for it when Mercy made it roll and bike was out the parking lot. And we got always in trouble when Mercy biked the car. I remember that part. It was a blue green Plymouth. Old fashioned car like on the movie of Grease. Cars like that be on Grease is about like one of those cars on Grease. Or the other movie I used to watch called Crime Story. I used to love to watch that movie. Some cars back then that's old fashioned like the one grandma had about something like that was so fun. Maurice made it back up and got grandma mad. Never forget that. I was in the car with her playing, just sitting there watching her like we playing like we driving. But I let her do all the playing driving thing and not me. Yeah. It wasn't even on though. It was just by accident. It rolled by us because she was playing around with the steering wheel and that little part that you press down. We used to play then back then so hard. It was fun. But we didn't do that no more. And then we made our grandma mad with us. Yeah. And so sometimes when me and Mercy be around the house cooking when they come up from Miami, we was have fun cooking fried chicken, stuff like that. We cook pies and cakes. I can't recall we really fried chicken together, but we might have did that together too, as we did the pies and the cakes together. We used to add Kool-Aid in our cakes to make the cake change colors. It was fun. And then when we had the pies, we just made it like grandma. Made that crust like grandma used to make it. And put the fruit in there to make it a cobbler. Yeah, but them cakes was the fun. Putting real Kool-Aid in there. I did it. Mercy did it. It was fun. I don't think we ever tried the cake with pudding in it at all. Just the kind with Kool-Aid up in it mainly. Yeah, that's right. Now I used to go outside skating every day over the summertime, 7 days a week, 3 hours a day. That was my remedy. The remedy to burn fat back in the days when I was gaining weight from school, high school eating. I'm talking. So yeah, yep. Burn my fat off by roller skating 3 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I liked it so much by then. I wouldn't mind if I went back to that remedy now, but it just would be a different type of hours. It wouldn't be the same hours I did back then. Probably the same many days or maybe lesser days than I did back then. But as long as I'm doing it, it's fine with me. But that'll be a little later on to decide on I'm a woman. Back then I was a high schooler out for the summer, having fun with my cousins more harder. Cause we were all growing up in the house summertime. And yep, my cousin brought their roller skates up too. I thought they did. Or they bought some around here one, whichever way it went. I don't know if they were skating. Sometime they would skate. My brother, he came along late on that line too. He know he gonna come out skating. Inline roller skates on rollerblades. He came out along too, being born late on that line. But by that time, I had started going to college though. Had not started going to college while he was just born. I hadn't even had time with the family much then. But summertime, when I come home, I would see my cousins. They'll give me a hug because they glad to see me because I was babysitting them a lot harder by then. And my mama and my other family must have been around more when I was in college when they was growing up more harder with my brother playing. That's why he grew up with them so much because he know they was just like him, a male that wanted to eat 3 times a day, and it was fun. I always remember that they got hungry 3 times a day, and it was every 3 hours. I thought, yeah, they got hungry every 3 hours, so it was more than 3 times a day. Must have been 4 or 5 times I really actually fed them. But it don't matter. It was fun because I cooked and I got better at being a cook, like a chef. That made me grow up some more on my cooking schedules because I had to feed them 3 meals, and then in between they had snacks on their own. Yeah, snacks in between, or they'll cook their own. They cook their own self something like spaghetti, stuff like that. The quick stuff they'll cook that if they don't want to wait till dinner. They'll cook like spaghetti, hamburger, meatballs. They show me they know how to cook, which means they growing into a man before they turn a grown man. I like how they growed up so good. And oh yeah, sometimes I couldn't he'll sweep the floor or he'll mop the floor. If I'm too tired to get up early to do all that, he'll do it for me. My cousin Bryant. Sometimes I get his brother Brandon to help out and Alexander to help out by then too. It was kind of fun when they was around too. And then Cindy, she'll be up along the way trying to find something to eat on. We had fun, like I said. Sometime Maria and Sherry was around a little bit, and Tina. Did I leave out somebody? I don't think I did, but it was fun though when we had fun like the way we did. And I like the way we did things together because it was like real family together, helping each other. But mainly I was the key because I was the oldest. Cause Mercy had done moved on, no longer around, moved on and moved out, having her own family created. So I was by myself. That's what made my cousin glad that I was the main babysitter left over in the house while they were still going to school at their school ages. And I was glad I was the main babysitter left for her too to please my grandma while she was a nanny, working for all the good white folks at the time. When she come home, she be ready to have the house already clean for when she get home. Where they eat and eat clean up before she get home. We'll have some food left over cooked for her too, just in case she's hungry, which means she probably don't eat while she's over there where she works at as a nanny. So I don't know how she did things, but we had tea made, at least sweet tea, in the refrigerator with some lemon in it. We always had tea around like that's our remedy. Yeah, it comes in handy too when we don't drink no sodas. Stuff like that. We loved our grandma so much till we all hugged her. She would give us a kiss on our foreheads or maybe on the side of our faces. Either the forehead or side of our faces or jaws. It was fun back then. She'll get mad if we make her mad, but we also try to please her too. So we weren't trying to make her mad that much at all whatsoever. That was serious right then. Yeah. I think that's all I'm gonna say today. That's all I can say. If I think of anything else, I'll talk about it. Yeah, I was a great babysitter. Nobody could ever fight each other when I'm around. That's right. Even when bad people came around our neighborhood, we had to run them off. Just in case they was the type that try to rape people, we would run them off. The bad folk that came around the neighborhood trying to be friends with us. And we don't even know them all that good to be trying to have that situation either. That was crazy back then, but that's the way it was. We all around the bad people that try to run around act crazy. That's why I said we were doing good back then. Nobody had no trouble. Nobody. We run out the badasses and that be it. Cause we all about having fun and having peace. That's what our family is for. So that's the way it was. Because of how we acted, we never had no problem. Nobody trying to start no sex with our family. Because our family ran off people who try to start sex with us without having a reason. Because we wasn't about sex in the family back then. We all was virgins. That's right.